What the hell?
Hold on. Just realized something.
What?
It's been 2 months.
2 months since?
Cut your pops some slack. D-Man's out there. He's not posting any videos, and we don't know why.
Maybe he's just busy.
Dude, I read somewhere on Twitter that he quit because Team Kong lost.
I really don't think he cares much.
I'm telling you, there's gotta be something restricting him that we're just not seeing here. Why else would he be gone for almost 3 months?
That app is filling your head with garbage. Shouldn't he be in school?
He's just trying to help.
Maybe he doesn't need your help. Maybe he's got this.
There's gotta be a pattern here.
There doesn't.
The reason he's being restricted.
There isn't.
How do you know?
Because I know him. Didn't his semester just end? He's probably just tired.
That's BS and you know it. You know what? We need D-Man. The world needs him. Where could he be?
Over the mountain.
Oh, hey.
Did you just blow a hole in my floor?
Yeah, it was awesome. Check this out. I'm gonna drop this bowling pin on him to get his attention.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's standing right there. Where did you even get that from?
Oops.
Great. You killed him.
Now we're gonna have to go save him because you didn't tell me not to do that.
Oh, so this is my fault?
Always has been.
What is it?
I can feel his heartbeat. He's dying.
What do you mean you can feel his heartbeat? You didn't even check his pulse.
There's no way we could restart his heart. We'd have to create a charge big enough to light up Las Vegas for a week.
What? Light up Las Vegas for a week? No, that would kill him. He'd explode.
We have to try. D-Man's out there. He's not posting any videos, we don't know why. There's gotta be something restricting him that we're just not seeing here. Why else would he be gone for almost 3 months?
Here?
Oh, hey. I can feel his heartbeat. I'm gonna drop this bowling pin on him to get his attention. There's gotta be a pattern here. The reason he's being restricted. You know what? We need D-Man. The world needs him. Well, great. Now that you're back. It was Kyle's idea to drop a pin on your head.
Shut up, Dalton.
Don't you have a channel to get back to? I think rest time is over. Isn't there a certain giant ape versus giant monster film that you're supposed to have reviewed by now? Hey, please be careful.
Hey, how are we? What is going on? What is up, all of the people? I'm back! That's right, gamers, I'm back. And I'm here to stay until probably my next semester makes me go away again. A lot's happened since the last time we've chatted, huh? Last time since we formally sat down and talked. I got both my vaccines. Those actually really messed me up. I was very sick from both of those. It was pretty epic. I got rear-ended. That was pretty sweet by a guy who was too busy eating tacos to drive. That was fun. Did get my car fixed, some tire issues. Pretty much wasted all of my life on homework. So pretty much I was doing swell. Didn't even hecking miss the hecking stinky YouTube thing. Probably didn't even want to make videos this whole time. Probably definitely wasn't desperately trying to make videos that whole time and just failing. Well, I've heard from a lot of people, you know, I've been gone, and I know I went away at a very suboptimal time. I disappeared right before the release of a big movie, and so I know you guys have all been asking and dying to hear me review the movie about the giant ape versus the giant monster. So that's exactly what I'll do. Today we're going to sit down and we are going to review Ape vs. Monster, the 2021 film. Pretty much this is the greatest movie of 2021, and you'd be just straight up an idiot to disagree with that statement. And it seems that most of the world is full of idiots, because critics once again have proven that they do not understand the kaiju genre. They have failed us yet again. It seems the public still does not know what makes a great kaiju movie, as this movie only sports a 2.1 out of 10 on IMDb, even though it's an amazing movie. This was my most anticipated movie of the year, as I'm sure you know. Ever since Warner Bros. Announced their new soulless cash grab corporate ripoff of a 1962 classic, I've been very excited for someone to finally show them up. And it seems like the person who was finally there to put them in their place was the widely popular Asylum Films. The Asylum is a film company that everybody knows and loves. They were the only ones brave enough to take on this demand. And they delivered on exactly what they're known for. An amazing mega blockbuster that demands to be seen on the biggest screen possible. Seriously, you're gonna want to rent like 6 or 7 IMAX theaters just for this one screening alone. As I'm sure many of you know, and it's no secret, I've made it no secret at all, I am Team Monster. I have been rooting for Monster from the start. Let's be real here. You'd have to be an absolute idiot to root for a giant monkey. Brain dead? Let's break down the stats here. One of them is a giant monster, okay? Literally got monster in the name. He's a reptilian creature with reptile hide. You can't penetrate that flesh, okay? The other one is just a big monkey, all right? A monkey? I could beat a monkey. And you're telling me that Monster can't? You'd be an idiot. Also, like, monkey can't even probably, like, survive in fire. Probably would get one-shotted by fire. Probably definitely couldn't take it at all. So I'm Team Monster, and that's just pretty epic. This movie also is pretty much like the perfect movie. It's a combination of the plot of Rampage, King Kong vs. Godzilla, a true classic that definitely didn't need to be remade ever, and it's got the 3D animation of the 2005 King Kong video game. So I mean, pretty much, we're working with some great stuff. As for the plot, this movie is pretty genius. The intro of this movie is super awesome. It's a compilation of archived footage of the space program. It's super cool, and I wish more films would have intros like this. The people at Warner Bros. Should take notes. The spacecraft falls from the sky and is investigated by a bunch of soldier jabroni dudes. These jabronis are attacked by the most powerful beast known to man, Bigfoot. Dr. Linda Murphy shows everyone what true hustle is as she sits by and listens to all her friends get massacred.
Retreat! Retreat! No! I'm on my way!
And she eventually confronts the king himself. Right away, we see how great the special effects in this film are gonna be. These put War for the Planet of the Apes to shame absolutely. There's a really cool moment where Abraham, which is the coolest kaiju name ever, roars at Murphy. His face kind of stretches up and puffs like a balloon. It's really cool, and it's a really creative power for a kaiju to have. Murphy trips and hits her head on a rock, and so she dies. But when she wakes up, she's RoboCop! That actually might be the wrong Murphy, and I don't quite think that's how that happened. I'm just gonna assume she died here and then she's RoboCop for the rest of the movie anyways. She's got the name Murphy after all. Clearly an Easter egg at the least, guys, come on. Try and keep up. Eva Kuleshov shows up. She's this badass with a very convincing Russian accent.
Meanwhile, our first contact with an alien life form is being marginalized to the point of annihilation. We cannot allow this to happen.
She pretty much handles the situation and takes Abraham out in one shot, showing what a chump that big giant dumb monkey is. He's a dumb monkey and monkeys suck. Why would you ever root for a big dumb monkey, you idiot? You're an idiot. Some alien goo is slurped up by a giant lizard, proving the time-old adage that history shows again and again how aliens point out the folly of big dumb stupid idiots. Why would you root for a big dumb stupid idiot monkey, idiot? So now that this little Gila monster's licked up some green liquid, seems like there's a new king in town. So Abraham is put in containment, and Mecha Murphy, who's a really great actress by the way.
He is sedated. It is under control. This isn't necessary. Eva, put your gun down. Put your guns down!
Calms the team down after developing a new gas to keep Abraham asleep. There's a bunch of stuff about how Murphy's father shot a bunch of monkeys up into space and how the Russians have been working with and hiding some alien goo from the world. It's all very interesting and proves to be the most engaging human plot of a kaiju film ever. It's here where we learn that Murphy and Abraham have a special connection. She's the only one he'll communicate with. This is where typically they'd say, "We need Abraham. The world needs him." But we don't. We need Monster, the true king. Meanwhile, Monster's hanging out in the desert eating a bunch of soldier jabronis who show up and act like a bunch of military nerds. Eventually, the gang figures out Monster's out there and he's hurting people and we don't know why. So they go after him, leading to the coolest sequence ever. Monster appears and attacks a train, which is really cool. I've never seen a video game with an hour and a half worth of live action cutscenes before we finally get to the gameplay footage. This is really sweet. Monster causes lots of damage and the truck has to avoid the danger. Eva goes rogue like she's in a Mission Impossible movie because the Americans are too close to figuring out the Russian secret and she's cranky about it. It's very sad to see her break up her friendship with Mecha Murphy. Although she ambushes Monster, he's fortunately able to escape. So far, Monster has proven himself to be quite the invincible opponent. He can withstand attacks from helicopter missiles. Ape got one-shotted by a dart. Ape was given more alien goo and so now he's growing bigger and angrier than ever. Abraham escapes containment and we see a true display of acting talent as one of the scientists panics as her best friend is killed. Monster goes on more attacks while Abraham wanders drunkenly around like a big idiot, dumb idiot, monkey idiot. A bunch of military jabronis show up and attack Abraham and he tears one of them in half. He then kills all the others. My favorite part of the action scenes is just how reserved the filmmakers are in showing the kaiju. They know that it amplifies the intensity and suspense of the scenes, much like in the movie Jaws. So most of the attacks consist of soldiers shooting and being dragged around off screen by unseen opponents. Abraham is torched by a guy who enjoys his close-ups way too much. Abraham is then hurt by fire like a big chump and he has to stamp it all out. Once again, it's a true marvel of special effects. Aliens start invading, causing what I can only assume is a bunch of buildings with radio voices to freak out over the presence of extraterrestrial life. In Washington, D.C., a big flower is placed on this big dumb pee-pee tower from Spider-Man Homecoming. It's supposed to disrupt the alien frequencies, causing Abraham to be evil. A military campaign is launched on Abraham, but then Monster shows up in D.C. as well, and the military has to fight him. Abraham climbs the big dumb monkey monument from the end of the best Planet of the Apes movie, and he eventually climbs the pee-pee tower itself. Some military jabronis attack Abraham while he's on the pee-pee tower, causing him to fall off, and it splits in half, which kills the jabroni general who talks like Foghorn Leghorn.
Come on, blow him to smithereens, I say!
Well, there she is, boy, all set. Now, where did that bar go?
His dying words have stuck with me ever since I very first saw this movie. Well, I'll be dipped in fish sticks.
I'll be dipped in fish sticks!
If that isn't a senior quote, I don't know what is. Abraham survives the fall because only a chump monkey would die from a fall off a building. But don't worry, because in the background of the rest of this movie, the building will be rebuilt, indicating that where one pee-pee tower may fall, another will take its place. Monster teleports all over the city while Mecha Murphy and her super annoying sidekick drive around trying to avoid him. Eventually, that science bitch is eventually eaten by Monster, and it's awesome. Then the fight of the century plays out for 2 full glorious minutes with maximum human interruption. Ape and Monster have an epic fight, and Mecha Murphy tells Abraham to kick Monster's ass. It doesn't really work too well because Monster bites straight through Abraham, causing Monster's face to sink into him like Godzilla attacking a generator in that PS4 game. The cinematography is fantastic in this fight as the camera has two distinct static shots with minimal thought as far as shot composition is concerned put into it. It's wonderful and not at all boring to watch. Monster kisses Ape's neck for a while, trying to give him a Titan-sized hickey. Then, that Russian chick, whose name I forget, commits Sudoku and crashes straight into Monster, giving Ape a chance. Only a chump monkey would need human intervention to gain the upper hand on a Titan-sized opponent. What a chump. Well, Ape eventually gets up in a shot where it kinda looks like they forgot to animate Monster into the city. Abraham then grabs Monster's neck and snaps it, proving that it was I who was the one who was a bitch for rooting for the wrong monster. I was rooting for the loser Kaiju. That must make me a bitch who would have to quit YouTube for a couple months, huh? Abraham is the true king. Discount David Cronenberg calls off the attack on Abraham, and hold up, is that Eric Roberts? An actor who was in films such as The Dark Knight? Well, with 627 credits to his name on IMDb, most of which being shot long after that stinky Nolan film was done, it's good to see that his career is moving upward and going into the right places. No one wants to be in a silly superhero movie. The aliens run away like a bunch of little alien bitch jabronis after the plan they didn't put in place and simply just try to capitalize on fails. Too bad they forgot they had advanced technology and the ability to create a monster army. Otherwise, they could have conquered Earth. Mecha Murphy's dad or something? I forget. He shows back up and gives Abraham a nice new home on the flat Earth, and Mecha Murphy is put in charge. Abraham then twiddles his thumbs at a military base like an idiot. I mean, like the true king he is, and he definitely deserves respect. I will say, he did beat Monster fair and square in a fight and didn't even need to resort to fighting like a little bitch and biting the toes to do it. Abraham then roars in victory in his new home and the movie ends. Ah, did you think we were gonna forget? Time for Easter eggs! All things you missed in Ape vs. Monster. This film features a combined 20 minutes worth of runtime made up of two single establishing shots which are stock footage that they borrowed for this movie. One is of the Langley Research Station and the other is of the Pentagon. Obviously, the Langley Research Station is a reference to Asuka Langley Soryu from Evangelion, while the Pentagon is a reference to the movie Sully. Oh yeah, I love Sully. My favorite part about this is the fact that they decide to cut that research station in every 6 seconds, meaning we get to spend so much time with it in such rapid succession over the whole course of the film. It keeps showing back up that we actually become more familiar with it than we do with Ape and Monster themselves, or any of the human cast for that matter. Also, my favorite Easter egg comes at 53 minutes into the movie, where someone says girls should not be in combat.
This is why girls should not be in combat.
Which is a reference to the year 1953, where sexism was rampant. This was a very brave movie. It was really brave of the studio to have 1 hour and a half to tell a story, and then to only use 3 minutes and 14 seconds worth of that to showcase the monsters. The rest of the movie's runtime was dedicated to fantastic human drama, where they once again forgot to tell a story in that time. This is the perfect movie, with an excellent human story, wonderful actors, an awesome kaiju story, revolutionary special effects, and a memorable and definitely not forgettable at all soundtrack. I give it a 25,006 out of 10. There's simply no beating Ape vs. Monster. Well guys, I hope you all enjoyed my return to YouTube for this one, where we reviewed the classic Ape vs. Monster, the movie I know you guys have been dying to hear me review based on the amount of requests I've gotten to talk about the big monkey versus the big lizard. I hope I didn't disappoint on my return. If you want more videos like this one, and also ones much better than this one that you're much more used to, and they're much better and they're exactly what you've been asking for, and also you can get them early right now, there's a bunch of them ready, go check out the Patreon, link down below, where people who are on the Patreon have not had to endure such a massive break from my channel. They've gotten some stuff in the middle. So if you want to see a bunch of the content I have planned early, that's the place to check out. Also, if you go through the Patreon, you can join the Discord community where you can chat with me and a few others. Pretty awesome. Well anyways, I think this was definitely a triumphant return, and I'm glad to be back. Look forward to more Ape vs. Monster news and updates in the future. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time for the next one. D-Man, out. I'm back!
You know, in retrospect, it probably would have been a good idea to clarify which giant ape versus giant monster movie we were talking about.
Yeah, he did take a pretty good hit to the head. Hopefully he'll figure it out.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, this movie's also shameless enough to where they just straight up use the Toho's Godzilla roar. Actually, I think it's like the King of the Monsters roar, where it's also the 54 roar. I think it's that one.
Gentlemen.
Pretty shameless. And also, this movie's not even really worth it for the meme. It's not enjoyable at all. It's very boring. Okay, peace. What? You never watched my 66 Years of Godzilla tribute? You know it's posted, right? I'm not supposed to give my opinion, but go check it out. And then you can tell me if you like it or not.